Hey everybody, Thursday, May 28th, Trivium. Just a quick disclaimer, we have our windows open right now. The day I'm filming this, it's a little on the warm side, so if anything happens where someone walks by and my dog barks, or if you hear some loud engine noises or something, I apologize up front. So we've got, for today's warm-up, asking you kind of an opinion question, right? And it has to do with begging the question. That was our one of our two fallacies yesterday. We talked about bifurcation in your exit ticket, but we talked about begging the question as someone making a claim and then really just kind of using that claim, just worded a little bit differently, as reasoning for why they believe it. Like Harry Potter is the best book because it's the most popular, is a good example. And I'm asking you to tell me which of those 6 question words, the 5 W's and an H, who, what, when, where, why, how, most likely should be attached or remains after having that justification or that reasoning used. So think about that. I just noticed I've got a nice sunglasses can going on too. That's fun. I'm gonna have to cut that out here for a little bit. It's starting to look ridiculous. All right. Ooh, almost just closed out. All right, so for today, assignment's simple. It's would you rather debate. And this one is, I think, maybe the most challenging, and you're really going to have to kind of think about this one for a second. So the question is, would you rather know the history of every object you ever touched or be able to talk to animals? Okay. I think you could make the argument that it's either like you're holding that object, like let's say that I'm holding this fan that I bought for my fiance for her birthday, and like because I'm holding it, I know every single thing about the assembly, where it came from, you know, that sort of thing. Or you could argue that like you would have like a photographic memory. Like if you touch, like if I touch this computer, I would know every single file that it ever accessed, right? I mean, it's up to you how you want to think of that. Talking to animals is pretty straightforward. I guess you could learn the history of that too by talking to it, but I think it's two very different things, and a lot of times we're doing things in these debates that are similar. So I think the answers here are going to be pretty critical. I'm excited. One thing that I think is really important, and I'm still noticing this as we're going through these debates, really try to use examples to back up what you're saying, right? Making a claim is great, but if you're talking about begging the question, it kind of goes along with that idea that when you just tell me what you think and you don't back it up with anything, to me, it's kind of difficult to really buy into your reasoning behind something, right? And that I think is really important. So if you're getting less than 3s on this, I'm usually pretty good at adding comments on every single person's. But really look into that, because I think that might be something that'll boost the length of your paragraph, but then also make your opinions more believable, okay? And we'll just go into the exit ticket really quick. Let's see, on the topic of today's debate, let's relate it to a fallacy. Someone tells you, I think animals can talk to each other, and since humans don't understand it, you can't say that they don't. Name this fallacy. CS, not necessary here. This is one of the fallacies that you're going to be tested on tomorrow for your last day of Trivium and your last quiz. So if you don't know it off the top of your head, it's time for you to start looking back on prior content and figure it out. Also, if you've actually been doing the flashcards, that will be hugely helpful. All right, get started on that homework. If you're not done with that fallacy worksheet for today, hopefully you'll have some time to get that done for tonight before your quiz tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Last day, tomorrow. Oh boy.